Hi, it's me, Delicia Inge, your Delaware realtor. I'm here today just to talk about um, the Federal Fair Housing Act. And so I just kind of want to give you some information on how we are protected under these laws when it comes to purchasing a home or renting property or leasing an apartment or anything like that. So there are 7 federal protected classes. And so basically, that's groups of people that are protected under this law. And so those classes include race, color, um, sex, national origin, religion, familial status, and disability. So basically, that means that you cannot be discriminated against for any of those. Um, I'm sorry, something on my foot. For any of those reasons. So basically, when it comes to race, that's basically saying that landlords cannot discriminate against you because of your race. So if you're black, if you're white, and they feel like they don't want to rent to you because um, because of your race, then obviously they are in violation of this law, and you would have a case. The next one is color, and at first I, was under the impression race, color, like what's the difference? Um, but color could actually be, light skin versus dark skin. So you can be in the same race, but just have um, a different color, a different complexion, and people can discriminate against you because of the color of your skin. So that is also a violation. And I'm sorry that this is shaking so much, but it's windy out here, but it's such a beautiful day. So then the next one is national origin. So that basically refers to person's place of birth. So obviously wherever you were born, if you were born in India or you were born in Africa or whatever, you cannot be discriminated against based on where you were born. Another is religion. So obviously you can't discriminate against someone because they're Muslim or because they're Christian or Jewish. These are all violations of the Fair Housing Act. The fourth one is, or I don't know if it's 4 or 5, sex. So obviously you can't be discriminated against because you're male or female. And this also includes sexual harassment. So, a landlord could say, well, I won't rent to you unless you go out on a date with me. That is obviously sexual harassment, and that is in violation of the Fair Housing Act. So there again, you would have a case. Familial status. You cannot be discriminated against because you have children and you want to rent somewhere or you want to move somewhere because maybe your family has expanded and you need more bedrooms. You cannot be discriminated against because you have children. That again is a federally protected class. Or a single mother. If you have if you are a single mom and you have kids and you want to move somewhere, cannot be discriminated against because you don't have a husband. And the last one is disabilities. So obviously, you can't be discriminated against because you have a disability. So this means that if you need accommodations to be made because you're in a wheelchair, you can request that the accommodations be made. You cannot be discriminated against and refused housing because you have it was one of them little bugs that came from China or whatever. I had to get it out of here. Anyway, see, I'm out here trying to be in nature, and it ain't working as like I wanted it to, but nonetheless, it's still a beautiful day, and I'm enjoying it. So again, with disabilities, so disabilities can be anything physical or mental that's an impairment that limits a major life activity. So obviously that's, if you can't walk, or if you have, mental issues or impairments that may keep you from being able to function on a daily basis. So those are the 7 federal protected classes under the Fair Housing Act. Now, Delaware has added 6 other protected classes, so that would make Delaware, obviously, will have 13 not federal, but 13 total protected classes in the state of Delaware. So what was added was creed, source of income, so you can't be discriminated against based on the amount of money that you make. Marital status, so again, that's different from familial status. This is just dealing with whether or not you're married, whether you have a husband or wife. Age, you cannot discriminate against. Sexual orientation, and gender identity. So these are the 6 additional classes that are protected under the Federal Housing Act. So if you feel like you have been violated under any of these protected classes, when you have gone to either apply for a mortgage or rent a house or purchase a home, you can file a complaint, but it has to be within 1 year of the incident, and you can actually file that complaint online at the Department of Housing and Urban Development. That's the HUD website. So you can go in there and file a complaint, and they'll basically ask you, what happened, why did you think it occurred, who discriminated against you, those kind of questions. So be prepared to answer those kind of questions. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and at least gave you some idea of what what's covered and what's protected under the Federal Fair Housing Act, as well as the protected classes, the additional protected classes in Delaware. So if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate. You can reach out to me, either text me, email, visit my website, and I'd love to answer any questions you may have. Have an awesome day.